Welcome, dreamers. Today we're going to be looking at one of the more unique ways to go about building in Dreamworld, and that is through the way of terraforming. But before we get into that, we have a special announcement to make. Dreamworld has just launched into early access. If you're interested in trying Dreamworld out, we do have a free trial available at our website in the link below in the description. So, if what you see in today's video interests you, feel free to go down to that link in the description to try the game out. But now, let's check out terraforming. Building is one of the key mechanics in Dreamworld and something that a lot of the current players have currently explored, as there's many amazing builds that have been made. And there's many ways to go about building in Dreamworld. We've recently added a lot of new build pieces to the game, and not only can you use the default build pieces as they are, but you can also use any material that you have farmed in the world to build with. And when I say any material, I mean any material. Anything you can farm, you can build with and have, different looks to your bases that you make. Whether that be different types of wood, different types of crystals, dirt that you literally pick up from the ground, anything. Anything can manipulate the way in which your base looks. Now, you can use materials to make different build pieces to make a building, or what you can do is you can build utilizing the terraforming system. Now, how does terraforming work in Dreamworld? Well, here's how. Basically, you can manipulate the earth and the ground of Dreamworld by, picking up the materials from the ground, literally digging holes, with your hands, or, carving out different pathways in the ground. Now, you can't do this with every single resource. Some of the more precious metals like stone and ores are going to have to be farmed with a pickaxe. However, if you're just digging out the ground, you're not going to need any special tools for that. Now, you'll get different materials digging into the ground of different biomes, but at the most basic form of terraforming in the forest, you'll get two materials that you can actually use to make terraforming builds, and that is dirt and grass. Now, the dirt you can incorporate into different build pieces, but with your grass, you can actually make mounds. You can add back to, the ground of what you've terraformed. But how does this look in action? Today, we're going to be looking at two different ways you can use terraforming to manipulate, the environment to either take away from the earth to build or to add to the earth to build. The first method of building we're going to take a look at is through the way of taking away from the earth. So we've dug a hole and we're going to essentially use resources and materials to terraform the ground, make a little hole, and see how we can build a base essentially underground. You'll see that while you can build above ground to make, pretty extravagant bases, there's also another more interesting and unique way to go about building. So let's check it out. If you have no tools with you at the time, you can terraform and dig with your hands. It's a long process, but you can do it. However, if you have the materials to craft a shovel, I definitely recommend you do so, because your shovel is going to allow you to terraform much faster and dig out the ground much faster. While we're terraforming for the build, let's actually go and dig out a little tunnel here. Because while we could make a simple little pit, let's make a whole basement area to put a whole nother room in through a little tunnel down here. Since you can build with any material in Dreamworld, and we have some of these redwood trees nearby, let's gather some redwood and incorporate it into our basement part of the build. So you've seen how you can terraform to remove the ground and therefore be able to build, underneath the soil. But how can we reverse that? Because while you can build with the method you just seen, you can also do the opposite and use the materials that you've dug out from the ground to help make an above ground base. So here we go. Let's use some of the materials that we farmed through terraforming to make ourselves a grass hut sort of base with, earthen walls. Now that we've constructed earthen walls around the outside of the area, let's also mix in some building pieces to kind of complete this build. Now that the actual building is done, let's get a little bit creative. We're going to use terraforming to create some tree planters. That's right, when you build up a mound on the ground, you can even plant seeds and stuff in it, so let's put some outside this little base. So there you have it. Those are two different ways that you can utilize terraforming in Dreamworld to make, unique and interesting builds, build a little bit differently. Just another reminder that Dreamworld is available to play in early access currently. Again, if you want to try Dreamworld out, you can go to our website, which is linked in the description below. That has a link to a free trial on the website. And again, the game is currently on sale at $19.99. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up with, new Dreamworld updates and any new content we have coming out. And have an amazing day, dreamers. We'll see you next time.